Hello everyone, I am Rafiq Ahmed. In this video, we are going to learn about one function or injective function. So this is your NCERT class 12 chapter 1, that is relations and functions. Types of relations we have already covered. So now I have taken this topic, that is one function or injective function. Before defining one function, I want to give a brief explanation regarding functions. Why? Because unless you don't have clarity about function, it is not good to learn one and on two function. So what is a function? So this definition you have already learned in 11th standard. So I am rewriting it. Just let us look at this. So function, a function from a non-empty set X to a non-empty set Y is a rule which associates or which maps every element of X a unique element of Y. So what is this function? I think you have got only 10% of this, what I have read. I'll explain you with the help of example. Let us take X is equal to, I'll take 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have taken X equal to 1, 2, 3. And then Y equal to, I have taken A, B, C and D also. Not necessary to take always the same number of elements in both the sets. So I have taken X is equal to 1, 2, 3, Y is equal to A, B, C, D. Now I'll define this. Let us see that. I'll define with the help of a tree diagram. Here I'll take X, here I'll take Y, because I am taking function from X to Y. So now I'll write 1, 2, 3, okay. Then I'll write here A, B, C, D. Now you can map anything. Let us say I have mapped, I'll use this one. See, I have mapped, let us say 1 with C, 2 with A, 3 with D. So what is the rule? Now I will read the rule about. See, from this X, everyone is having how many associations? One is having association with C, or one is mapped with C, 2 is mapped with A, 3 is mapped with D. Is there any element which is left out from X? No. So the word is every element. That means I have considered all 1, 2, 3. Every element I am associating. Now how many associations I am making? That is our next thing. Let us check how many associations we are making. See, 1 is mapped to C. That is only 1. 2 is mapped to also 1 member. 3 is mapped to a 1 member. So if I take this name as F, as a function, then F is a function. Why F is a function? Because every element of X has one and only one association. To be more little bit easy, let us say in our own language, we can say that from here, elements are there. From here we have to throw, let us say we are throwing one arrow. So from here, every member should throw one arrow, or it should be associated one arrow. How many arrows? One and only one. Then it becomes a function. So what is this F? F is equal to, if I write 1 comma A, 2 comma C, 3 comma D, then F is a function. After knowing that F is a function, let us take some more example. Suppose in the same example, if I would have this one is associated with D. Now do you think it is a function? No, it is not a function. Why? You see clearly 1 is associated here and also 1 is associated here. How many elements 1 is going to associate? 2 elements. So, but it is going against the definition. What we defined just now. That is, every element of X should have a unique image. Unique image. This is called image. Okay, or unique association. So one has 2 images. One is associated with C, one is associated with D. Therefore, if I give this as F1, F1 is not a function. It's not a function. Now after knowing about function, so what is a function? Let me take the same thing. I'll draw another function x, y, 1, 2, 3, a, b, c, d. Let me associate simple like this. 1 is associated with this. Do you think it is a function? Yes, it is a function. Why? Because every elements are having association. How many associations we have? Unique association. So very good now. So I hope it is clear. So what is the function is? From association which has. So next, after knowing that function, we need to know two more things. Domain, codomain also, and one more, range. So what is domain? This all you have already learned, just I am revising it. Domain of f or domain, it is 1, 2, 3. That is the first elements from x. Now range is a, b, c. See, range is the elements which are mapped. That is called range. And the last one is codomain. What is codomain? The second set y, a, b, c, d. We also know one remark that range is a subset of codomain. Range can become equal to codomain, that is also a subset also. Here range is a subset of codomain. Now, so these are the some basic things. One more, let us say, what is A here? A is called, it is image of 1 under F. It is called image of 1 under F, or it is called F of 1. It is what we call F of 1. This is what? F of 2. This is also called F of 3. Image of 2, image of 3. So generally what will happen is, suppose you have any elements here, let us say in the x and y, let us say you have x1, x2. Then I will take this elements as f of x1, that is image of x1, and this also I'll take f of x2, image of x2, under the function f. This basic things you must know before starting our topic. So now let me start our topic, that is 1, function. See, what is 1, function? The name itself will suggest you very clearly 1 to 1. See, I should have connection with only one person. If I have more than one means it is not 1. So what is 1, function? Let me define 1, function. Again, I don't want to write all full definition. I'll write in brief. What is 1, function means? A function f from x to y is said to be, a function from x to y is said to be 1, is said to be 1, if, now here the condition starts, if distinct elements of x should have distinct image. So what I am saying, distinct elements of x should have distinct images. That means, for example, you have taken, let us say here x and I have taken here y. So 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. 1 is associated with this, let us say, 2 is associated with D, and 3 is associated with B. So here, if the elements are different, 1 and 2 are different or not? Yes, of course it is different. When 1 and 2 are different, when the elements are different, their images also should be different. Like, what is the image of 1? A. What is the image of 2? D. This should not be same. Then only it is one-to-one association. If suppose I have taken, let us say, x and y, 1, 2, a, b. Now you see what I am doing. So what is the image of 1? A. What is the image of 2? A. Elements are different. 1 and 2 are different. Of course, correct? 1 and 2 are different. But what about the images? Images, you see, image of 1 is A, image of 2 is also A. So images are becoming same. So it is not 1, 1. So to prove, let us note this. So I'll draw this, let us say here x and y, here x1, x2, and I will take the image will be here, and the ref, and let us say f of x1 and f of x2. So what are the conditions for 1-1 function? To prove or to solve the problem, we'll use these conditions. Please try to listen very carefully. See, what is we are saying? Let us say images are becoming equal. If I am saying that images are becoming same, then I should prove x1 should be equal to x2. That is only the meaning of distinct images should have, distinct elements should have distinct images. See, when I am equating the images and I am making two images as one, correct? So when I am making the two images as one, the elements should also become one. Then only it is 1, 1. So this is very important to prove the problems. To solve the problems, we will use this maximum. That is, we will equate the images and we'll look at whether we are getting the elements same or not. That is what we are saying. For example, let me just take example. Just now I have taken, like x is there, I have taken y also, 1, 2, and then AB. See here what I have associated. What is f of 1? It is A. What is f of 2? It is also A. So what you can conclude? F of 1 is equal to f of 2 because both our images are same. But 1 is not equal to 2. Therefore, f is not 1, 1. Clear? I hope it is clear. So what you need to concentrate is to prove a function it is 1, 1. What we have to take? Let us take two elements x1, x2, that is from the domain X, and see their images, equate them, and finally we must get, after our all calculations, x1 must be equal to x2. Otherwise, our function is not 1, 1. I hope it is clear. Now let me take the next one. That is, this 1, 1 function is also called injective function. Okay. Now let us take the second function, that is onto function. Let me define the second function, that is onto function. It is also called surjective function. See, this is also a simple concept. Just we have to focus a little bit about definition. So what is that? Let us see. So a function f from x to y is said to be onto if, now condition starts, listen carefully, if for every element of y, if for every element of y there exists at least one element of x such that f of x is equal to 1. Now I hope if I wrote just definition, I have written just definition, I think only 10% only you have got. Now let me explain what it is. See, what we are saying the condition, every element of y, there should be at least one element of x that should map to the element. For example, you have x and y. I'll take 1, 2, 3 here, I'll take AB here. Let us say I have mapped this 1 and 2, also 3 with 1. First of all, it is a function. Now let me check whether it is onto or not. You see, in element y, in the set y, you have b, where b is having no element is being associated with b. So that is left out. So what we are saying, according to the definition, every element of y, there should be minimum one element which is being associated. See, what about A? A is having not only one, we have for A, 3 elements are going and associated. I mean mapped. 3 elements are mapped. But for B, we don't have any element. So it is not onto. So now let us take another example. I'll take another example, x and y. I'll take f. I'll take 1, 2, 3, A, B. Now let me just map this one. C, A, 2 and this B. Do you think now f is onto? Yes, f is onto. Why? Because A is having at least one element is mapping. One is mapping. B, okay, I need only one element, but B has 2 elements, it's okay. So in short, what is happening for onto function, we are not leaving any element here in the set B. You can clearly see there should not be any element which is left out. So for example, if I find another condition of onto is, what is the range of this function? It is A. What is codomain of this function? Codomain is the second set which is also AB. So range should be equal to codomain. So what is the difference? What is happening? What will happen? Range and codomain will be same in onto function. I'll take last example to see that how we will get. See, x and y. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, let us say. Now I mapped. Can I say it is onto? No. Why? Because D is, I am finding one element in Y which is having no pre-image, which has been left out. So there is no, it is not a function. Why? Because why we are leaving it? When you are leaving it, we are not giving any importance, means it is not onto. Okay? So when we are proving the problems, what we have to do is, according to the problem, we will select one general element of y from the second set, and we have to find at least one x from here, so that it should go and map in such a way that y should become equal to x. Y should become equal to x. So we will see that while solving the problems. Now see, we'll have one more function that is called bijective function. So bijective function means a function which is both 1, 1 and onto. A function which is both 1, 1 and onto is called bijective function. So it should be first of all 1, 1 and second one onto. If the function is both 1, 1 and onto, it is called bijective function. For example, I'll take x and y. I have taken simple 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Simple examples will take. Let us start associating. Bro, let us say one I associated with C. Our wish, no problem. 2 I associated with A. 3 I associated with B. So now, is it 1, 1? Yes, it is 1, 1. Because, see the distinct elements, everyone is having distinct images. Is it on 2? Yes, it is on 2. Why? Are you seeing anything is left out? No. So it is on 2. So this function, I'll call it as bijective function. So I can define one more example. Simple, same thing, x and y. I'll take 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Directly I'll define like this. This is a function f. Why I have taken this example? Because I want to tell you one more thing. Suppose if there is a function which is bijective 1, 1 and on 2, I can define a function from y to x also. From y to x also. So I can define a function from y to x, that is a, b, c. A is mapped to 1, b is mapped to 2, c is mapped to 3. This is called inverse function. So inverse of a function exists only when it is bijective function. Okay? Thank you.